Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to another Minecraft video. Apparently we've got a piggy here. We're going to go ahead and just let that slide for a bit. We've got some trees planted. I've done some harvesting of wood off camera, fought some monsters. I've had to repair my armor several times, so I'm actually out of leather at this point. So we're going to have to fix that somehow. But right now, my goal is to make a farm, because food is something that's going to become more and more scarce as we continue to try and get food drops off of the animals in the area which do not respawn. So I want to make a farm, and for that I'm going to need a decent little area of land that I can work with. And it's time to go ahead and actually build that farm. So let's find some place that we can work with. I think we can just clear out a little spot like right here. I think this is a pretty good area for me to work with. It's not too far from the base, so we'll be able to actually work with that. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to need an 11 by 11 area to make a nice compact little farm that utilizes only a single block of water. So let's just go ahead and start carving out an area here with the shovel, pretty close to the base. I think would be a good idea, and we can see where we can go from there. Let's see. Let me just start a corner mark. Like this one, I think we should make this one. Is this a good idea? Is this a good spot right here? Yeah. Okay, so that'll be a corner. Okay, so it's going to be 11 by 11. So that'll be one. That's just going to be like, okay, you know what, we're going to do this. That'll mark the corner area right there. And we'll just make sure and mark it right there. Alright, so now we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And am I counting this right? I may have been thrown off by the double blocks. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Wow, that cuts quick. All right, let's do this again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there's that. We're going to need to replace these with dirt, but we'll get to that once we've actually carved out the little area here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this will make 11. So that's the corner block, and we've got all the other corner blocks right there, so we'll just dig to do all the rest of this. Okay, we're going to do that right there real quick. No worries. Got to get used to working with this shovel here. Making holes in the ground in places where I don't want holes in the ground. Alright, we're going to switch over to a not in the red shovel so that we can use the lower durability ones together to repair them in the little 4x4 crafting square and make good efficient use of all this iron. We also need more iron. I'm running low on that. Resources are actually running low pretty quickly this time around, but that is okay. That just means we're gonna have to go hit up a cave sometime soon, and there's no shortage of those around here, which is pretty cool. Alright, so this is going to be the farm size right here. The farm itself is actually going to be it's going to be 9 by 9, but I wanted room for fences and things like that, so that's a pretty good start. I don't want there to be this high ground above the farm, obviously, because it means that monsters can spawn, or anything can spawn, like, well, I guess animals don't really spawn, but any kind of entity, any kind of mob can spawn up here and then drop right onto the farm and maybe trample crops. I don't think that's a thing anymore though, but dropping 2 blocks high might be enough to trample the crops. Alright, so we got the sun going down, but I'm going to keep working here a little bit. Actually, no, I need to go in, make a hoe, and we'll be ready to do some stuff very shortly to continue working on the farm there. Alright, so it's still nighttime, but I'm getting a little bit impatient. I've made all the preparations that I needed to make the farm. We've got some fences, because we're going to need those. Of course, we've got a fence gate. We're going to need a fence gate as well. I've got a couple of stone hoes, because I didn't know if one was going to be enough. I figure it'll be enough, but it is stone and not iron. So there's that. We've got the seeds that we're going to need, and I'm going to need cobblestone just because I like to use cobblestone to mark a location where the gate is. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We've got a couple of chests because I like there to be a chest next to any farm that I make, because I like there to be a place to store the seeds that we get when harvesting the crops and things like that. I'm getting a little bit impatient. It's still nighttime, but we're going to try and sneak out there and do a little bit of work. I'll start off by stacking the fences here, and we're not going to need the bucket of water for a while, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that right there. Alright, let's see if we can sneak out there. We might need the shield, huh? We might need the shield. Let's go ahead and see if we can sneak out here and get some work on the farm done in the last couple of minutes of nightfall. Hopefully that torch has dissuaded any monsters from spawning too nearby, right? Nobody up there. Alright, we might be able to get some work done out here. Alright, so there's gonna be a fence on that block. But right now we're just gonna leave the torch there because, you know, we're working at night. It's nice to have a little bit of light to work with. We're gonna keep stacking these fences here. And again, this little high wall right here isn't gonna be there. It's not gonna be there in the finished product. Oh, wait, you know what? We gotta... Well, I don't necessarily need to take those down, do I? We need to replace this stone with workable soil. Just the top layer. We don't need to go too deep. We don't need to worry about any of the stone beneath that layer. Let's go pick up the cobblestone. Cobblestone's always useful. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this dirt here. And hope that we don't get attacked. Stack this dirt up. That'll become grass. The ones under the fences, anyway, will become grass. And, alright, that's workable. That's workable stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue. Let's put the shield away. It's making it difficult to place these. Okay. Wow, that takes a long time without the axe. Alright, so that's going to be a fence gate. As far as where I want the actual gate, you know, I kind of want it close to the entrance over there for now. We might add another gate later. But for the time being, we'll go ahead and do something along these lines. And we'll take this cobblestone. Just a little bit of it, just 9 blocks. And you can do whatever design you would like, of course, to indicate where your gate is for your farm, but this is how I like to do it sometimes. Now we're gonna just drop a gate right there. That makes it pretty obvious where the gate is for anybody wanting to come out here. Actually, we're gonna make sure we don't use up these 3 blocks, so we're gonna make the design a little bit different. Just a little. We'll put one right there. I still want the 9 though. I just want there to be a nice square there. Alright, so that's good. That still lets us know where the gate is to work with. Okay, let's not be too quick with our clicking. Alright, so there is that. Now we need to find the exact center block. Looks like we got... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's the exact center block right there. It's right in the middle, right? Let me make sure. It should be, what, 4 from either side? Or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4 from either side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's enough to let us know that it is the center block. But I wanted to do that anyway. Okay, so we don't need these dirt blocks there. I was just using that to measure. Just counting. The center block is the block that is 5 away from any given wall. From all 4 walls, that is, in the very middle. And now we're going to drop the single water block there, which is going to hydrate and make all of this soil nice and fertile for us to work with. Let's see how many of these we can make with a single stone hoe. Farming, back when I first did it in X's Adventures in Minecraft, a bit more of an ordeal than this. You had to worry about stepping on your crops and trampling them. I'm sure a lot of you remember that, but maybe some of you weren't around in Minecraft. Some of you weren't playing Minecraft in those days. Yeah, it wasn't always the case that you could just walk all over your fields like this. You used to have to build paths and things, and walking over your fertile ground would turn it into normal dirt over time. So you couldn't make a farm necessarily like this all that easily. And hey, it looks like we got away with building without monsters bothering us. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, we're going to need a way. There's no easy way for me to do this now that I've done it like that. It's okay. This is easy enough, right? I'm going to do this, and let's step outside real quick. Let's step outside just right quick, because I want right here, I want there to be a wooden block. And we can go ahead and cut the rest of these. Just dig through them right quick. And I guess right now we can go ahead and chop this block down. And place this bit of fence right here. We're going to put some lights on all the corners, because that's what we need to do. Still, we're kind of in a little bit of a work in progress here right now. Everything's kind of shaping up to how we want it to be. That's not normally how I like to do my lights on my farms, but it'll do for right now. And we're going to have torches surrounding this block, Greenhouse of Harmony style. And the point of these torches is not only to keep monsters from spawning, like the ones in the corners and up here, but it's also to provide light to the crops at night. Now you can see the dirt, some of it's darker, some of it's lighter, some of it's like saturated with water. That's where the seeds are going to grow. Let's go ahead and take some seeds. And let's get planting. Let's get planting them, because there's no reason to not have them growing while we're doing the rest of this work here. There we go. This is enough to sustain one player for sure. Now, if you are on a multiplayer server, obviously you would want to make your farm bigger than this, and then you would need to space out your blocks of water a little bit differently. There are all kinds of little farm designs that you can use. This one happens to be extremely efficient for one player, maybe even two, depending on what both players do on a regular basis and how often they play, and where the farm is, whether the chunk is updating constantly or not, what have you. But we're not going to get into any of that stuff. Alright, so we got this. This is going to work just fine. Now, the reason we made this 9 by 9, actually it's 11 by 11 if you count the fence, but we're not going to count the fence as far as tillable land. The reason this is 9 by 9 is because a single block of water will saturate exactly 4 blocks away in any direction. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonally, 1, 2, 3, 4 out to either side. So 4 blocks in any direction is where it'll saturate. So any further out, and that single water block would not be enough for this whole farm to function. Okay, so we have that going. Now we don't want there to be any land touching the fences, because if there is, as we said earlier, there could definitely be some trouble with the crops getting trampled by things just happening to walk over them. A cow or a skeleton or a creeper. Creepers can survive the day. Spiders too. Just happening to get near the edge and then dropping on them. Even if a spider were to climb the edges of the fence now and get in there, I don't think that much of a drop, like from the top of the fence down into the farm, would be enough to trample the crops. So just getting rid of 1 block around the entirety of the farm here should be sufficient. That's what we're doing. Alright, so both of our shovels are in the red. We're going to do the little repair mechanic here. Get us a green shovel, keep working. And if we need to, it's not too long of a trip to just head right back over to our little starter cave and get another shovel. Alright, so this is okay. Well, actually, we got to do this part. Okay. So I'm good with this for the most part for now. Yeah. Okay, so that kind of clears out a good, decent little area around the farm. I do kind of want to push this back a little bit more. And we got to fill this in too, because I didn't want there to be a hole there. Alright, so that will get us some crops, and that will get us some sustainable food so that we can continue to pursue our adventures without having to worry about running out of animal spawns, or without having to worry about food drops off of animals and things. Now we can just rely on this wheat and do the bread thing. Also, we can use bone meal to get us to increase the rate at which we can farm these crops. So skeletons are going to be a good target for us to take out when we go out adventuring. So this is good. That's good for a starter. Let me go ahead and do this one thing that I want to do. How much time do we have left in the day? We've got enough time to do this. Normally, whenever I do these, I like to build like little lamp-style things. I'm gonna need to be able to get up here. 1, 2 is fine, and then boom, and then and boom. All right, so that's good right there. And I think I can just plop a torch right here. Click. No, plop a torch right here. That'll be good. That doesn't provide as much light to the crops, I think, but that's okay for the most part. Yeah, that's gonna look good. I like that. We're gonna keep working with that. This is one way that I like to do farm stuffs. It's just a nice little design that I like to put in here. You'll find a lot of my farms look like this. Can I do this? Can I go? Boom, there we go. Gotta practice those jumps. Gotta time them right. It sounded like I wasn't hearing sounds when I was placing these down. That's strange. See? That's kind of strange. I think it's because when I'm jumping. Interesting. If you jump and place a... No? I guess if you jump and place a fence block on another fence block? I don't know. I actually don't know why that's not working. Seems to be a sound bug. And it can be replicated, so that's good. Oh man, when you can't reproduce a bug in programming, that really sucks. So bugs like this, they're not bad. If a programmer sees a bug like this, they're like, oh, okay, I think I know what that is. But sometimes if you can't reproduce a bug, those suck. Those can be a lot of problems to work with. And if it's your day job, if that's something you do for a living, it can cause you a lot of headaches. It can cause you a lot of headaches regardless, but when someone else is paying you to program, and you can't find that one bug, that can be frustrating. Alright, so we got that, and now we just want to have a little bit more light, I think. Now we could put one in the center of each of these here, just like this. But you know what? Perfectly centered things. I do like perfectly centered things when building in Minecraft, but sometimes I like to do stuff like, alright, so here's like the middle one. Let's go ahead and do something like 2 away from the middle on either side. I don't know, to me that's just kind of cool. Rather than just, placing 4 torches on, directly in the center and stuff like that. So one. Oh, we can't do that because on this side because the gate is there. There would normally be a torch right here. Perhaps we can just do without, or we can move the gate. We can move the gate. For the sake of the design, we can move the gate. How about that? How's that sound? Now we can actually have one right here. Click, and of course we're going to have to move all the cobblestone too, so let's just get all this ready. There we go. Some of this cobblestone can stick around because we're still going to be using some of it. As far as dirt is concerned, well, okay, let's just place the gate first, right? Right, let's do that. Now, the gate's going to be right in the middle, so do this and select it. Oh man, is this whole episode really going to be me just building a farm? I think it might be. Man. I don't know how you feel about that, dear viewers. I don't know. I'm okay with it, though. Pretty sure you folks are, too, to be honest. Alright, Alright, so it's gotta be one right there, right there, right there, right there. And there we go. Got those exact 9 blocks there. And the previous little areas that we needed to fill in will get filled in right there. Alright, so there's the entrance to that. Alright, and now... Uh-oh. Ah! You get away, skeleton. I'll face you without a shield. Old school. You can't mess with me, skeleton. You just can't. You just can't. I got too much pizzazz for you. Okay, so there's that. Another benefit of having all of these torches around here is that it's yet more light for the crops to grow at night. Now, of course, during the day, you get a lot of... There we go. Now, of course, during the day, you get a lot of sunlight. And that's the brightest light there is. I don't know what the level is, like light level 9 or something like that. I haven't checked the wiki in a long time. Uh-oh, spotted by zombies, huh? Well, it's time to get inside. We're going to let our farm do its thing. We'll come and take a... Well, you know what? No, we're not going to let these zombies ruin our fun. Let's hope there are no more in the nearby chunk. Oh, one with golden armor. Fancy that. Golden armor happens to be worthless for protection. Alright, come on. Bring all the zombies. We know how you all work now. There we go. That ought to be just fine. Oh, there's another one. Hey, see, it's a good thing we pushed the wall back there. Oh, nice. You kind of tried to juke me there. We need experience anyway. And they just happen to be experienced walking straight up toward us. Oh, baby zombie. Okay. So that covers that. And now let's just get a good little look at the farm here. And to check over my shoulder, make sure there's nothing else coming to threaten our work. Yeah, this looks pretty neat. I like how this turned out. Let's go ahead and get in the cave and go ahead and bring this episode to a close. Because we need to eat. Let's do that before we head out. Especially since there's a creeper right there, we definitely could use the heal. And there's a skelly right there. Let's bring the axe out. Oh, back attack. Another zombie, but I'm not gonna mess with that zombie. I'm just gonna run and hope he loses aggro. The creeper over there, skeleton up there. Let's just get inside. Take a quick look at our farm from right there. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so I guess that will do it for this particular episode. Yeah, thanks a lot for watching, dear viewers. And I'll see you folks next time.